Hey, what's going on? This is Kevin Deers from Everflowing Stream. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, and all of the support. I come from a radio background, so I'm pretty new to video, but it's been a couple of years, so I guess that's no excuse. This week, I'm going to be chatting with Devin Swank from Sanguisugabogg. They have a brand new album that is super killer, out now on Century Media Records. We chat about that. We chat about a ton of stuff, and we really got to kind of go deep on some of the concepts of the record, and it was a fun chat. Devin is a good dude. And I think this is my second time I've ever interviewed him, so it was nice to catch up. While you're here, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff so you can stay updated when I come out with a new video. So without any further ado, here's my video interview with Devin from Sanguisugabogg. It's Everflowing Stream. All right, right now I'm chatting with someone who I chatted with about a year and a half ago or so. And that was in a time when, they had done a tiny bit of touring in the beginning of the beginning of quote unquote, the beginning of the end of the pandemic, and things were, starting to open up. But dude, crazy year for this band, and it's about to get crazier. Sanguisugabogg, Devin Swank, the vocalist of this band. I like your shirt. Tragedy fucking rules.
Oh yeah.
Awesome band. And man, welcome back to the show, dude. How you doing?
Stoked, man. Yeah. Excited to be here and spill the beans on the new record and tell you what we've been all up to.
Absolutely, man. So the new record, Homicidal Ecstasy, is coming out next week. By the time you hear this, it'll probably be out by now via Century Media Records. We're friends on social media. I saw you mention something about this is an album that you're actually really excited to tour on, an album that you're proud of. What differentiates this material and this album from past Sanguisugabogg stuff?
Yeah, man. I'd say that we came a long way and really grew as not just as musicians and as far as technicality standpoint, but getting into the notion of being a professional touring band, and definitely did a lot of landmark stuff and grew closer with my bandmates, than ever before. We went through life together, being on the road and being close corner all the time. Something's bothering them, bleeds into our lives, and we're there for one another. And and also as far as this record, we really took our time. The last record prior, we were rushed to get into the studio. We had deadlines they needed to meet, and they had a timer over our heads. With this, we delayed a lot of the production process about 3 or 4 times, just because we wanted everything to be perfect. And and we carved out a lot of songs. They're a lot more meaningful. And when we recorded it, we recorded 15 and picked 12 for the record. So we definitely put a lot more time, and with that, we put a lot more heart and a lot more emotion and a lot more of us in this record. So I'm really stoked about it. It's the best thing I've ever been a part of so far.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm stoked to hear it. There's a single out now. The video's nasty as hell. You sticking to that, it might be a little bit more quote unquote professional, like you said, but you'll still stick to the nastiness, man. You're still gruesome and gross, and that's awesome.
For sure.
So, how did you guys even find time to work on the record? I mean, you guys have toured like animals. You guys have done, Europe. You did full US's several times. How did you guys even figure out time to work on it?
Yeah, so we, we have the luxury of having our own home recording studio where we practice, and when we rehearse, getting ready to play shows and everything, we spend the entire day together or an entire weekend together, and we stay in the studio and sleep there and wake up and jam again the next day. So with having ideas and bringing them there, it's really easy to record and piece everything together. Another thing we did is while on our the Nile and Incantation tour we did last February of 2022, we ended up taking these miniature Boss Katana amps, and we plugged our guitars through that, and we would tap drum patterns and actually like carve out like songs and stuff while on the road.
That's cool.
And yeah, and then we recorded it between it was in between when we got back from our run with Cannibal Corpse, and then we were getting ready to do another headlining run. So in that time frame is when we recorded it fully.
That's awesome, man. You guys, do you guys have a primary songwriter? You guys, is it a collaborative thing?
It's all a collaborative thing. You know, I even I do this thing called Judd. So
yeah, I know Judd.
Yeah, you know the band Judd.
Yeah.
So I would do like Judd riffs, and like Cody would take it and actually write a song with it and stuff too. So even I have a riff, quote unquote riff, so to speak, on the record. But yeah, we all had a hand in it, every bit of it.
That's awesome, man. Bringing it back with the Judd. That's awesome. So you know, I have to mention like the touring like crazy. You just mentioned like Incantation, Nile, you did Cannibal Corpse, and this is something that's not, you know, this is not something that like is lost on you, because you know you are someone who's like goes diehard with the death metal and the metal, and like we were talking about that last time. You know, growing up with your dad showing you this stuff. You know, has there been over the past year? Has there been like a pinch me moment where you're just like, dude, my dreams are happening right now. This is wild.
Yeah, it was you know, when we did the Cannibal Corpse run prior to that, we toured with Terror.
Yes.
And we were the definitely the odd band out, but you know, it worked. It worked very well on those dates. We were able to, you know, recruit some new fans, so to speak. And then did a couple of headlining shows, and they did really well in between. And then that first show with Cannibal Corpse, man, just, you know, meeting Alex Webster and hanging out with Paul, and, you know, seeing Rob Barrett like nod at me and make jokes with me. And I was just like, you gotta be like shitting me right now. This can't be happening. And
you're feasting with the gods, dude.
Right. And then you know, we played the Fillmore in Philadelphia for the Decibel Metal and Beer. We played to like, it was over 2,000 people that were there, and they all went nuts. And I was just like, man, this maybe it's right. You know, maybe what people are saying is holding up to it. Like people are catching on and getting into it. And that's definitely was a really cool moment, man. Because I was just eating that up, and I was so energized. We're all looking at each other like, dude, this is sweet. Like during the whole set, we're geeking out. Like Cody's smiling so hard behind the drum kit that he's spitting on himself. He's so stoked. And yeah, it was just that, it was just an unmatchable high. And then the response that we received in Europe was like none other too. You know, every show.
Rotten Sound.
Yeah. Rotten Sound, man. That was really cool, man. And I've been a Rotten Sound fan for forever. I started a band. I'm in a band called Tomb Sentinel just because I love that HM2 like grind death metal like crossover thing. And yeah, man, like when we played with Rotten Sound in Italy, they were shouting us out. They shouted us out like maybe 4 times during the set, and I was like, damn, that band fucks with us. That's sweet, man. That was really cool. Yeah, that's another band. That band, yeah. Playing with Rotten Sound was dope. Oh man, why do I keep forgetting about this one? Mortician was cool too.
Yeah.
I would say the coolest thing we've ever done, for me at least, is playing with Suffocation in Amityville, which is basically on the island, like Long Island. Sold out show, and they're hanging out with us the entire time. They're talking to us. They're asking if we'd ever be down to tour with them, so forth.
You're like, and then yes, please.
Right. Yeah. You don't even have to ask. And I got to go on stage and do Funeral Inception with them.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And that was that's my favorite death metal band in the entire world. So that was a really like, oh shit, like come to Jesus kind of moment.
It's awesome, man. You mentioned touring with Terror, and on paper, if someone who's just a fan of death metal or just a fan of hardcore, it might not make sense, but the reaction, it seems like it really meshed well. And then you have Aaron from Jesus Peace on your new album. Why does that work? If you were to say, like, why does it work that Sanguisugabogg can play with Terror, can throw in with a death metal tour or also a hardcore tour? What makes you guys adaptable that way?
I would just think, as far as like hardcore aesthetically, we're not alike. We're almost everything that you would hate a hardcore band brought it, like insane fast drums, undecipherable vocals, and really like guitars that are so tuned down so low that it just gets hidden in the mix. But I think the groove and the groove and just like the ignorance that our music brings, and just kind of like our personalities bring, it just kind of links up, man. And we all come from a lot of us in the band come from a punk background. Cody and Sed come from a hardcore background. I tell Drew he listens to like beer throwing punk, like Gag and stuff, and then me, man, I'm a huge crust punk kid. So Tragedy. I love crust. Yeah, love Tragedy. His Hero Is Gone. Dead in the Dirt. Skit System, all that shit. I grew up on that. That's bread and butter for me. So awesome. I think us having a hand in that and still being kind of DIY and just writing heavy shit, it all just kind of like blended in together.
Well, I mean, even and I'm not even that old, but but I can look back and when I first started getting into hardcore and also metal and punk, there was a lot more delineations, right? Like they didn't meld as well, and also like you got a lot more judgment based on what you listen to. But I think that the ease of listening to different things, it's all opened up, and it seems like these days a kid can listen to Sanguisugabogg, Doja Cat, and some straight edge hardcore band and love it all and not have any weird preconceived notion about it, and it's all good. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And another thing I wanted to point out too is like, it's not anything that's relatively new, because in New York, like in the 90s and early 2000s, you had bands like Revenants and Internal Bleeding, Dehumanized, and they were all playing
Eternal
with like
Suffering.
hardcore bands.
Oh, that band, Eternal Suffering. That's
Eternal Suffering.
It's like deathcore kind of, yeah.
Oh yeah. And they would all play with core bands, hardcore bands, and they would blend all that stuff. Yeah, All Out. I seen All Out War and Internal Bleeding on the same bill. I think I seen Sworn Enemy with Dying Fetus once too. So like, it's always been there. I just think that it's been there, and it's been kind of like hinting at crossing over so long that it's now we're at the day and age where it could be. It's not to say it wasn't already like fully acceptable, but it's definitely more digestible. Yeah, than it was before.
I got to shout out my dudes in the band Zabulba. I think that they had a big hand in, and might not always get as much recognition or love for it, but I think that they were early on in bringing in the like really down-tuned, death metal sounding stuff, and even more. They're basically a metal band at this point, but kind of bridging hardcore and metal in the early 2010s or whatever. So
absolutely.
It's a beautiful
shout out Zabulba. That fucking dude, that band is insane.
Yes.
And not only that, bro, those dudes are riders. Like we've hung out. They came and checked us out on our second tour we ever did, and Martine is also in Zabulba and Terror, and Martina's a fucking soldier, dude. That is a dude you want on your good side. So like, and he's all about music, extreme metal, hardcore, all about it, been about it his whole life. So that band's lifers. Love those guys.
Absolutely, man. So I kind of had a couple more goofy questions. Sanguisugabogg, obviously, it can be a hard to pronounce name. What's the weirdest pronunciation you've heard for your band name?
I mean, I would say that like the weirdest pronunciation was a joke that Corpse Grinder told me on tour, okay. But he was like, "We've been calling you Samsung, what do you say? Samsung Sudafed."
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Samsung Sudafed. That could be a T-shirt.
That would be. I don't know if we get sued, but
by both brands.
Our door.
Exactly. Cease and desist by Samsung and Sudafed. Damn. Okay, so a couple more. So I had Gatecreeper in the studio a couple months back when they were coming through tour, and they're a band that like I love that band, but for some reason there's metal elitists tend to kind of gatekeep with them. Funny with the band name, but they make fun of them. There's even a meme page making fun of Gatecreeper. I think it's because they're handsome guys, personally. But Sanguisugabogg, I've seen people like trolling or like talking trash about that. With the amount of with any band success in underground music, there's always going to be an amount of haters. How do you handle the haters, Devin?
I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't let it get to me. Just because like none of those guys know me, and
totally
I've had to come face to face with a hater. Some dude was like drunk and was spewing shit to our faces and tried to get handsy, and he got thrown into a car. So
okay,
yeah, so if you're bringing that kind of shit, then you'll get a response that you would probably think would happen.
Yeah.
But as far as like people talking shit on the internet or trying to roast us and make comments, I laugh at it, man, because to be honest, like I make fun of myself all the time.
Yeah, you guys roast yourselves. You guys.
Yeah. And nobody can make fun of us better than we can. So but there's been some people where they've like made abbreviations of our names and stuff, and I'm just like, damn, I can't even get mad. That's a good one. So like, but yeah, no, I let it roll off me, man. Because for anybody that hates, we have 100 other people that love us at the same time, and I just don't like when people assume that we're bad people because we make scary music, and it's like you don't know us, you don't know anything about us, so your opinion's invalid. Like there's bands they're glorifying like being a Viking, and you think they're actually like raiding ships and stabbing people with axes and shit. Yeah,
I don't think Devourmen are baby killers, but hey,
yeah,
could be. Okay, so a couple more goofy questions. Turnstile recently popped up in a Taco Bell commercial. Now, if we could somehow pair Sanguisugabogg with a product or corporate brand, what brand or product endorsement would go perfect with Sanguisugabogg?
Damn. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Get the corporate. Exhumed said still chainsaws.
That's cool. I would say I was thinking almost something on the lines of like a at-home workout thing, like a shake weight or
there
something.
You go. Shake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe when you start using it or something, it just plays like our song. And if it's the demo, you don't have to work out that hard. But if it's this record, like there's a song that's 5 minutes, so good luck.
There's increasing, possibilities with merchandise. I saw that band Gridiron put footballs, and they put their name on a football as a promo merch item.
That's
Nick
badass.
Waits with Sanguisugabogg, and like right in the middle, there you go, man. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I take kettlebells and stuff with me on the road. So
There you go.
maybe like kettlebells with their logo on it or something.
Another reason why you don't want to talk shit. This guy brings kettlebells on tour. Okay, so I'm gonna do a this or that. So we're gonna start with one that might be a little obvious since you mentioned they're like your favorite ever, but suffocation or bolt thrower.
Oh, suffocation. Hands down.
Okay. CDs or vinyl?
Oh man. Damn. It's weird because like I'd probably say CDs only because nostalgia aspect and it's more accessible for driving and everything. I got into vinyl record collecting when I was a junior in high school, so by then I already had a huge like plethora of like CDs. So I would say CDs. I own more CDs than I do vinyl, anyways.
I got all these back here and then like 7 or 8 humongous binders full of CDs. I have vinyl too, but CDs, man,
Yeah.
and plus CDs are cheaper now. Like vinyl is pretty expensive, dude.
Yeah, and plus, like, on the internet, I used to do this thing called Stack Wars. Like, what are you going to bring on a road trip? And
Nice.
we would take a picture of our stack of CDs, like in your hand, or what you have in your car, and it's much more easier to take with you and keep around on you.
Until they make the portable like record player for your car, I don't think that's coming anytime soon. Okay, Cannibal Corpse or Cryptopsy?
Fuck. I'd say Cannibal Corpse because they have more so of a solid like discography. Their catalog is more persistent and everything. Not any shade on Cryptopsy because you're comparing two gods together. But yeah, I'd say Cannibal on that one.
You're going to a merch table, you see a design you love. Long sleeve or short sleeve metal shirt?
Short sleeve.
Short sleeve. Okay. Got to show off the guns.
That's right.
One of the Twitter posts that you made about this band kind of went viral, mini viral. Pantera or Slayer?
Ooh. We're saying music standpoint?
Just music.
Okay.
Not politics.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest though, if you ask me who I'd want to see live more, I would say Pantera.
New Pantera?
Yeah, especially in the 90s. Dude, Pantera's that's one of my favorite bands. I've listened to Pantera my whole life. I do love them.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny that like they make jokes about the reunion. I wanted to chime in on it. And they call it like a cash grab and whatever. I say call it like it is, man. It's a midlife crisis. Phil misses that, and why wouldn't he? But music standpoint, man, fuck, man, that's a hard one. Cause like, oh, dude, you go to listen to like Far Beyond Driven or Shrinkhill even, and the riffs on that are so sick. But Slayer's also put out some sleeper records too, like records that I'm just like.
Divine Intervention.
I do like Divine Intervention. I like some of it.
Yeah.
To be honest. Fuck, man. I'd say Slayer. That's sucks. I hate having to say that.
Pantera would probably say Slayer.
Yeah, I'd say Slayer.
Dark Throne or Mayhem?
Man. Damn. That's a good one too. They're both so sick live too.
Yeah.
I'd say Mayhem because like also Mayhem's crew like fucks with us too. We got to hang out with them and shit. At Psycho Las Vegas, they're cool.
Nice. All right, I know this will hit you hard. Dabs or blunts?
Oh, blunts.
Blunts. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a blunt guy.
Nice. Okay. Nile or Autopsy?
It's two totally different bands too.
Absolutely.
That was no disrespect, I'm gonna have to say Autopsy, just because
Okay.
like that's the first show I ever like drove out of town to go see when I was growing up. So yeah, I'd say them, man. They put on a killer show. Chris Reifert's which by the way, I would go on the record to say Chris Reifert is OG pioneer of death metal, at least grimy death metal, you know.
Absolutely. All right, this is the mammoth, the number one. 6 Feet Under or Body Count?
I love Body Count. I'll have to say Body Count.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some good
6 Feet Under, dude, including 6 Feet Under featuring Ice-T.
Yeah. Well, dude, Alan West is, you know, one of the sickest death metal guitarists of all time. And I mean, when you say it out loud, like, oh, 6 Feet Under is Obituary, but with Chris Barnes, it's like, that sounds sick, you know, like, yeah. So, but Body Count, man, is also basically Suicidal with Ice-T.
Absolutely.
And they got killer riffs, man. They're, especially their latest records, dude. That's probably what I'm gonna hold it to. Is like
probably their best stuff.
Yeah, is who's putting out shit now that's tight, and that's Body Count for sure, man.
All right, right on, man. My last question for you, dude. Pick a scar on your body. Tell us the story of how you got it and show us if you can.
Okay. You're not, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I have a pretty gnarly one on my chin.
Okay. Well, the beard's oh yeah, I see it. The beard's kind of missing, like, for that little.
Yeah. So damn, man. I am not a violent guy, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But that's from a fight I got into when I was a sophomore in high school. And me and this dude we've been playing a basketball game. We were playing 1-on-1. I'm smoking him, and then he starts running his mouth about me and then swings on me.
Oh.
And and we tussled, and long story short, I got the best of him, but he split my chin open, and then I had like a gnarly ass like bite mark like on my ear too. Like he bit my ear and shit. So yeah, I don't like talking about that, but that's the first scar that came to mind besides my circumcision.
You can show that too, maybe on the OnlyFans version of this interview for the page. Devin Swank from Sanguisugabogg, Homicidal Ecstasy, coming out next week. But by the time you hear this, probably already out on Century Media. You can pre-order it. You can order it on vinyl, CD, tape, whatever you want. Any final words for Metal Shop and Seattle audience?
Hey, keep listening to Metal Shop, and hopefully we play El Corazon again.
That's it.
And if we do, come out. I fucking love Seattle, man. It's disease and rat infested. The hobos are actually pretty nice, though, if you talk to them. And the food's good. The weather sucks, but the metal's sick.
Yep. We'll bring you Drawn and Quartered CD and Blunt.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Drawn and Quartered sick, man.
Absolutely.
That's tight. But yeah, thanks for having me. And definitely pick up the record on February 3rd. Pick up merchandise and CDs and what have you, tickets on our website, www.sanguisugabogg.com.
Right on, dude. Take it easy, Devin. Have a good one, man.
You too, brother. Later.
Bye.